who we find at number 14.
Look at who we got here. Matty Ice. Matt Ryan, the new quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts. Number 2, because of Chris Simms. He was like, damn, that's my idol. Let me wear number 2.
I didn't even think of that.
Yep, that's not true. That's a lie. But, man, I got a lot of respect for Matt Ryan. You know, I think here's the first thing that I'll say, because I'm trying to make like a banner statement to start off with each guy, right?
Yep.
You don't realize how good he is until you turn on the fucking film. That's the one thing y'all say. You just don't really realize the little things he does and the nuances he does until you really sit there and go, let me just watch film and watch him. You know, you can get lost sometimes as you're watching a game on Sunday and you're just going, oh, he got sacked, or, oh, that was a 10-yard completion, great, blah, blah, blah. And you don't realize that, oh, shit. I mean, he made a guy like miss in the pocket and then hopped, and then his feet were awkward, and he threw the ball, and like shit, nobody was open, and he had horrible pass protection. Then 12-yard gain, Atlanta Falcons.
And not many people saw.
No.
Because the last 4 years after the Super Bowl run, and they won a playoff game against the next year, the last 4 seasons, I mean, any numbers he's put up have been kind of
They haven't been
meaningless.
great. I know.
They haven't hasn't been a big spotlight on him. So it's
yeah.
been 4 years in a row of Atlanta losing and him playing pretty well without a lot of people watching.
Exactly right. And the numbers aren't going to tell you the whole story. That's where people got to like back off this like a little bit. Like I've heard people on TV go, "Well, he only threw 20 touchdowns last year." Atlanta sucked last year. Atlanta was 7-10 for one reason: Matt Ryan.
They would have been 3 or 4 wins without him.
Exactly right. Any game that they were not totally overwhelmed by the other football team, it was a close game, and they were competitive for one reason: Matt Ryan, period. You know, now I know they got some ugly games on their schedule last year and some losses. They had no chance in some of those games. They were totally overrun, overwhelmed, to where I go, you could bring Superman, you know, on steroids, and it's not going to matter. And they're not going to be able to do anything against this team with the way they are. But that's where, you know, so, you know, hey, the physical talent is not wowing, but it's better than people want to give it credit for. His decision-making and smarts and all of that is off the charts good. His movement in the pocket is at the top of the league as far as feeling the pocket, moving in the right spots, making people miss within the pocket, you know, making the little awkward throws we talked about that maybe Tannehill or Kirk Cousins. He does have a lot of, it might not be cool like, you know, Mahomes or Allen, but he's got a lot of throws where people are bearing down on him and he's like this, and now he's going to throw the ball like this, and it's ugly or whatever, but it's still sidearm and getting to the spot it needs to get to. So he has so much of that, let alone, as you heard from the Colts, the accuracy is off the charts. I mean, again, if the pocket's clean and there's somebody slightly open, guaranteed completion with Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Guaranteed completion. So that's where he's really good. And
think about the
leadership.
Character upgrade.
Yes.
I mean, just for the team and for the fan base. Just,
bring it
right?
there. Exactly right.
Yeah.
To me, this is another reason where, you know, he's 14, but damn, it's a good 14. The one thing I'll say with Matt Ryan, I feel like the last few years, and he had that great year, and you see what he can do when he's got talent and a system with him, like with Shanahan that year in Atlanta, MVP of football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I really still think some of his best years were the years after that, because they weren't that good. The system wasn't that good, but he was making more plays with his ability than the system helping him. Yeah. And I still feel that way with him that way. And to your point, he's become a real leader. Like,
for sure.
Where there was a point where I was like, is he a little bit of a diva know-it-all guy at one point? And then like the last 3 years, all I've heard is just like Matt Ryan's taken over. He takes over the locker room. He takes over the offense. You're hearing it with the Colts right now. He has a real effect that way, to where he's matured to realize, like, I'm the fucking man, and I'm going to take the team over, and we'll go like that.
Well, he's 100% an upgrade there.
Yes.
But this is always the point of the Colts discussion where I like to step in and say, this is a playoff-level team the last couple seasons.
Right.
Phillip Rivers played really well 2 years ago.
Right.
Carson Wentz didn't finish well. There were things about him he left to be desired in terms of the total quarterback, but his play was pretty good most of last year.
No doubt.
Do you really think he's a big upgrade just on the field compared to what they've had the last 2 years?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think, you know, like maybe the physical ability is not quite at Carson Wentz's level, but of course it's not going to be. You're not going to nearly the stupidity that Carson Wentz would deliver for you at times with the fumbles and dumb interceptions. And the one thing I said about Carson Wentz the other day too is too many games where I went, man, the ball hit the ground. The ball hit the ground. And I'm going to go, man, he forced it to the first guy. The second and third guy are wide open. Like we didn't need to throw an incompletion there. It should have been 1st and 10. Right? Where that shit's not going to happen with Matt Ryan. He's not going to sit there and go like, oh, I'm going to jam it in there. I mean, more times than not, when you look at him, he throws the ball where it should go.
Yeah.
He really does. So that's where I think he's going to be better that way. I think that, he's going to give Frank Reich, I think, more confidence. Because Frank Reich's going to go, I can trust him. I know he's going to do with the ball. I've told him the right things and what to do and what I'm thinking when I call this play. And I think that's just going to open up the offense as well. I do. Let alone this is a guy that, again, has played and just knows how to play the game the right way. And he's a damn good player. It's one of those where I go 14, I go, damn, I can't believe Matt Ryan is at 14 in a lot of areas. But like a Kirk Cousins, the read and reacts are off the charts. Off the charts. A great athlete in short areas. Makes more runs for 8 and 10 yards than you think when you watch kind of break it down. Makes another guy that I would go makes a ton of plays with the normal rhythm of the offense, like we talked about with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Where you go, the play wasn't really designed to hit the guy 40 yards down the middle, but he read it and went through the reads the right way and still got there. And that's special because not all quarterbacks can do that. So that's and then, makes a lot of ton of plays and throws outside the offense too, like I was saying. And that's where
heading into year 15, that's a pretty good compliment.
It's amazing that he moves as good that way. Right.
I want to read you this. His best pass catchers are Michael Pittman and rookie to be Alec Pierce.
I know.
What do you think?
Well, that's the big question about the Colts, I think.
Cast around him to prop him up or to allow him to perform the way you're describing?
Yeah, it's the O-line's going to be great. The running game's going to be great, so that's going to help him for sure. Yeah. Michael Pittman Jr., I don't have much questions about him. I know he's going to be legit, no doubt. Hey, Alec Pierce, he's a rookie that I like.
Yep.
He's got a ton of talent. So I think there's enough there. And then here's, to me, the X factor.
Yeah.
Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell is a superstar. They even say that. He just cannot stay healthy. I mean, he was healthy for like 2 games last year, and he was running by everybody down the field for touchdowns. But it's has been a thing with him. And so if they can get him to also contribute, I go, ooh, wow. But if he's not there, I do want to kind of be like, do they need to add another guy to the receiver room there that's just, a little bit more of a threat, dependable. And I'm pretty sure T.Y. Hilton's still out there. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened at some point. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right.
Can't help but notice that you have Matt Ryan and the Colts just one tick above Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. Are you saying that you think this is the best team in that division?
No, I'm not. I'm not ready to say that yet. I almost look at them as kind of equals, I guess I would say. I think I'd probably still give the Titans a slight advantage. I'm a little surprised by this with PointsBet. I saw this a little earlier, that the Colts are this much of a favorite over the Titans. I'm a little surprised by that.
I figured it would be, so they're negative 115, Titans plus 145. I figured it'd be like plus 115, like that close.
Right. I thought it might be that too.
Yeah,
That's where I'm a little surprised by that, And then I think, like to what we talked about a little earlier, these two teams clearly separate from the other two teams. Jacksonville, I do think has talent. It's just unproven. It's young. It's like new coach. You got to see what they got. I think Jacksonville can be a pain in the ass for sure. Houston's just got a lot of good players. They got depth and solid. But they have nothing that I look at to go, ooh, that's great, and their players are going to make some plays and really put some stress on some people that way. That's not going to happen. So yeah, the Colts to me definitely one of those teams to look at in the Super Bowl window. And hey, this guy, nobody's open, protection not great. Man, there's a lot of times where you still look at it and go, man, no one's open, protection's not great. Well, 12-yard gain. Holy shit, good job by him and that lanky, awkward-looking white guy making people miss and throwing the ball down the field that way. So he's a hell of a player, and he's tough as hell, too. I think that needs to be talked about as well.
Agreed.
Takes a lot of hits, and they didn't protect him worth a shit last year.
Durability is awesome.
Yes.
Now, the monitor's over here, so I haven't quite seen it. Have we seen the schedule yet, Matty? The Colts start to the season?
Oh, yep, we gotta go. We gotta go. I'm gonna go PointsBet first, okay?
Very
and
good.
Then we'll get there because PointsBet pays me $7 million a year, and I gotta make sure I read this, okay? $7 million. I wish. All right, here we go. Download the PointsBet app. All right, Paulie?
Yes,
do it.
I will
do it, Paulie.
Okay.
Do it. All right? If you're an eligible state, PointsBet has a sign-up offer for unbuttoned listeners that you can't miss. Download the PointsBet app. Use code NBC2K to sign up and get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. So say you bet $100 on the Titans to win the AFC South. If you win, you get $145. But if you lose, you will still get free bets worth $100. So once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Booyah. Now, my rate just went up. $8 million a year now.
Throws downfield with conviction. Your reads are coming across with conviction.
Conviction, thank you.
Yeah, feeling it.
Yep, you know me. I don't know anything but pedal to the metal.
I like the explanation, too, because that's for people like me.
Yeah, I figured. I know. I got to do that for you. And then, look, there you go. You ask and you shall receive.
Thank you. Thank you. So, we circle back.
Yep.
I just want to point out, they start out at Texans, at Jaguars.
Perfecto.
Plausibly good. I see written down here they've lost 6 in a row to Jacksonville. Is that right?
Isn't that crazy?
They've lost 6 straight in Jacksonville. I never would have guessed that.
And week 1 is an issue for them.
Yeah.
They're like an issue week 1. So they got to get over the hump there. And, yes, those are like 2 where you go, hey, new quarterback, team that's, on the cusp. Like, don't blow those. Because you got some tough ones coming on right after that with the Chiefs and Titans.
Chiefs-Titans coming
up. And then at the Broncos. Yeah. So that's not going to be easy, game 3, 4, and 5 for sure. You'd like to get that little 2-0 cushion coming out the gates there. But, yes, I expect the Colts and Matt Ryan to be a major player in the talented AFC.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.